Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and let's go. It is time. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, because we are having an action-packed episode tonight to go over everything that has been going on. I really like what has come out today. So the Q2 2021 XRP Markets Report, really solid around everything that has happened in Q2 from a market point of view. What I really like is the transparency here. Like this document, you gotta check it out. You gotta go on ripple.com, go look at the Q2 2021 XRP market report. It is so in-depth and it talks about everything, like the state of regulatory clarity, everything. Literally everything that you can think of. There is so much in here about the key milestones that have happened, the discipline, the responsible, the stakeholders, Q2 sales and purchases, Q1 versus Q2, and it goes into quite a lot of depth. I mean, we're talking already, sales net of purchases, from 150.34 to 157.92. We're looking at the global XRP volume, and we look at the volume between Q1 and Q2, massive. We look at total XRP volume, dollars in billions, massive difference there. And net sales as percentage of total volume, again, very positive. Obviously, that number being lower is better because obviously there's more. But then it goes into, the leases, it goes into the reported volume. There is just so much transparency in this, right? The volatility, the escrow, the XRP market infrastructure and liquidity update, a tokenized future and what that looks like, moving forward. Ripple announced its investment in Mintable, an NFT marketplace that allows users to seamlessly create, buy, and sell digital items using fiat or cryptocurrency. And it's just so good. I'm not going to go over everything in here in, high detail with you, because obviously it's, I want you to go out and actually, read it yourself. Otherwise we'll be here for hours, going through and analyzing this whole thing. But it's homework for you to do over the weekend, because it is really good what happened in this particular document, and I really love the transparency. Bank of America calls CBDCs more effective than cash in its research note. So the second largest US bank said that the rise of CBDCs was inevitable, and it goes on to talk about how it's better, it's more transparent, it's faster. You know it, I know it. It's like, when there used to be not many smartphones and lots of analog phones, and then everybody moved to a smartphone. It's just a better technology. You just simply cannot deny it. There's nothing you can do or say to me that tells me that CBDCs isn't the way that things are going to move forward. It's just the way it is. You got to get on with the program. Now, FinCN's new digital currency advisor says crypto's just another means of payment. Well, not really. And like if you hear my VeChain videos, I often talk a lot about this topic and talk a lot about how this is blockchain and digital currency is not, crypto isn't just currencies. It's not just about the money. I'm so sick of everybody just talking about the money and the value of them and where they're at. There is so much more than what people think. And I told you, like, if you ask 100 people what's blockchain, how does blockchain work, you'll be lucky if you get 8 people that answer that question properly. And that's the problem that we have at the moment, is that people are focusing on the price and what's in the top 100 and, where's the next 10x opportunity, but they're not talking about the blockchain. And as I mentioned yesterday throughout my quant video, it was always going to happen with quant. The technology, what they're doing, how that blockchain is going to be working, but nobody talked about it. Now everybody comes out and talks about it because they didn't understand the blockchain side of a business. So if you're going to do some research over the weekend, can you please do your research on good projects that have solid blockchain foundations, which are going to be solving real world problems. That's really the name of the game. Now, German institutional funds will be able to invest hundreds of billions of euros in crypto starting from next week. Oh, this is good. Oh, I've been waiting for news like this, because once they do, everyone else will follow. So billions of dollars are coming from Europe into the crypto world. German institutional funds, Spenzel will be able to put up to a fifth of their portfolios into cryptocurrency starting from next week. Well done, Germany. Amazing. Up to 415 billion could potentially flow into crypto, but industry veteran believes that the German funds will be far more conservative. Most funds will initially stay well below the 20% mark. So I love that, and I love, like the conservative approach, and Germans do have a very calculated conservative approach in general, but they do measure twice and they only cut once. And so for Germany to allow this and for them to be that pro crypto, you tell me what bear market news like this ever happened. So very, very exciting, cool news. Now, big part of today's video, SEC versus Ripple, strange things that hint that the settlement is closer than expected. So a number of strange things have caught the attention of attorney Jeremy Hogan, and who now believes the deposition of William Hinman never even took place. So there's a couple of things here, right? I've read this, I've spoken about it on TikTok earlier today, but there's a couple of key things here. I'll go from the bottom up. Ripple has got 23 lawyers, and they needed more than 9 days to draft a 3-page reply? I don't think so. He says, is it possible, or yes, even likely, that Ripple didn't bother to file a response to the SEC because it didn't need to, and Ripple didn't need to file a reply because there was a serious discussions regarding settlement. So we'll talk about here, some of the things that have been going on. We know that the SEC didn't want to hand over the documents about Bitcoin and Ethereum. We know that they pushed very heavily for Hinman to not be put on the stand. But also, what really caught my attention here is that Ripple were meant to file what William Hinman's deposition was about. They meant to file it in the courts, and they didn't. So as a potential settlement that is likely to be after, or at least close to the fact of discovery, that is early September or most likely October 16, that was originally what Jeremy was saying. But now, this is interesting because attorney Jeremy Hogan suspects that sworn testimony never took place. First, I don't think the deposition of Hinman took place last Monday. If it had, where is the transcript to be filed under a seal for an in-camera review by the judge? And where is the motion to compel Hinman to answer certain questions? Very strange. I smell settlement. I was only last night speaking to a friend over Instagram messages, and he was asking me, "Oh, hey, when do you think the settlement will be happening?" He goes, "Oh, is it going to be October, or do you think earlier?" And I was mentioning that, in my opinion, based on my own research, I don't think we're going to get to October. I think it's going to be earlier. And then today this came out. So something's fishy. Something's definitely fishy, and we got to keep an eye out on this. And I think it's really, really fascinating what is going on. But behind closed doors, something's up, and I think a settlement is approaching, and I am so looking forward to that. Now, XRP reaches monthly high after Ripple opens liquidity tunnel between Japan and the Philippines. Now, we know this is the case. Today we had a small pump that happened, and we'll go over the numbers a little bit later on as well. But a new liquidity tunnel has opened, and I believe it's just the calm before the storm. A lot more of this is going to be coming, and the benefits and the liquidity and the volume that is going to come through is going to be absolutely incredible. So strap yourselves in, get that seatbelt, because I think we are heading to the moon. Now, this is what you should know about investing in Doge, Cardano, and XRP. It's a recent article that came out on AMB Crypto. We were talking about, what can you expect from Doge, what can you expect from Cardano, and what can you expect from XRP. Now, we know that we've obviously gone from 52 cents. We've gone all the way now into the 70s, and the $6.5 billion of volume came through, which is absolutely insane amount of volume that has come through compared to recent times, which is incredible, amazing. We love it. But I do want to mention as well that as much as it is amazing what has been going on in this particular file and this particular talk this particular article that is talking about these things, what I do want to say is that it was always gonna come, right? I mean, this was always gonna be the case. Like I love that it's happening right now, but it was always coming. Like this volume, XRP coming back. Once we do smash all time highs and then continue to push forward. But the reason why I know that it's coming is because I do my research, and that's where there is a trend. There is a little bit of confusion out there in the marketplace. If you hear somebody that just has a one-liner about a particular crypto and has nothing else to offer you apart from their opinion, then you got to walk away. But an educated opinion is based on a lot of things, and one of them is the ecosystem that XRP has and Flare is unbeatable. In this particular field and what they're trying to achieve is unbeatable. It's unmatched. Global XRP volume skyrocketed 98% in Q2 report. Again, this is just a debrief of the report saying, that the volume has doubled. And it's true, the way that the volume is going at the moment and it's only just beginning. So very, very exciting to see that. And again, this particular news is making headways. Yet again, another organization talking about XRP daily trading volume doubled in Q2 to 4 billion despite the ongoing lawsuit. Can you imagine after the lawsuit what is going to happen? Let's go into Atani. Let's have a look at some of the indicators for today. All right, so as we go into Atani at the moment and have a look at the daily chart, we see that we're starting to come back into the Bollinger Band. And I spoke about this on yesterday's video that, what goes up must come down at some stage, to consolidate. And we are just about on the daily about to come back into the Bollinger Band. When we look at the hourly obviously is now well inside the Bollinger Band. And the MACD and the RSI is coming back towards the middle. All normal. When we look at the 4-hour, we are well inside the Bollinger Band. We are still in a bullish trend. We were into the overbought, but now we're starting to come back. And so what's happening right now is we're having a retrace, and that's completely healthy, completely normal. When we look at the 12-hour, we see that we were outside of the Bollinger Band, came back in, almost went out, but hit that line perfectly, and now we're back. So a great indicator of the Bollinger Band, and I highly encourage you to put it on. It's amazing. But certainly the momentum is bullish. So while we're coming back now into the Bollinger Band on the daily and the hourly and the 4-hourly are turning bearish, it is still a bullish market, a bullish trend. So a bit of consolidation before we kick off again is my guess from the indicators, and have a look here. Let's have a look at some drawings of what they tell us. All right, so we kick off the drawings with this because obviously I want to make sure that you guys are aware that we go up, then we come back down for a retrace, and then we go off again. So at the moment, I think where we are right now, sitting probably around here, 68, and then we go back and then we go towards 85. So this is very likely how this is going to be playing out. I want to show you this, which is interesting to look at from, if we were to put a layer of what happened back in 2017, 2018, and what is happening right now. And of course, that back then the numbers were a lot different, but could we be playing into this kind of trend, and are we creating this kind of formation? We do have to keep an eye out. We'll measure and come back to this and just see where we're going. Of course, if we have a conversation about going up, we also do need to have a conversation about going down. If we were to go down, where would we go? I think we'd probably touch 59 cents. Failure to find support there, then we would go down to 44 cents. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Where are we going? We're going more likely, towards the 90 cents and beyond, compared to going back to where we were, which is like in the high 50s, low 50s. So no, I don't think we're going that way, but I always have to mention it because it can happen, and I want you guys to be prepared. So next resistance points, as always, like we got the 86, the $1.10, and the $1.75, which are very, very, very important. How can we get there? This is one of the scenarios on how we can go. We'll go to 87, consolidate a little bit, go to $1.06, and then consolidate and go to $1.40, and then continue. But $1.70 is really where the major support is. But I want you guys to keep an eye out on that. Now, if Bitcoin hits all-time high end of 2021, then we would be going towards a $21 XRP token. And if we go, Bitcoin hits 250K early 2023, then we would see a $70 XRP. Now, I mean, these kind of mathematics don't really add up when it comes to XRP. But this was if XRP doesn't break out of Bitcoin's dominance, but Ripple and the XRP token will be breaking out of that because it's a completely different ball game, a completely different ecosystem. We've seen in the past that Ripple and the token itself has not followed Bitcoin, and it will not follow Bitcoin once the on-demand liquidity kicks in. It is a monster that will live on its own. It does not need Bitcoin to live. And I want to make sure you guys know that, because a lot of you in the comments are like, oh, well, when Bitcoin moves, XRP will move. Not for long. Not for long. Those days are about to end. So, next point, after we consolidate for a little bit more, we'll be going towards 82, and we'll keep a very, very close eye on that as we head to Saturday. As always, if you enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.